What is up, everybody? It's your boys, the Donis, the Godfathers, the future Hall of Famer, JD Legend. I bring you guys a little discussion video on one of the latest updates from the chapter of One Piece that was titled The Four Emperors, the New Four Emperors. Now, obviously we have the reveal with Luffy becoming a Yonko, Buggy, Lord God Buggy becoming a Yonko. Gonna process that one. We're gonna have to talk a lot about that one, but that's not what we're talking about today. Because there is agenda wars happening. And you know, on this channel, we cover agendas. That's what we do. If you don't like it, that's too bad. You should have been on this channel long enough to know what I do, all right? You know what my calling card is. It's the agenda. And today's agenda, Yonkos versus Admiral. The age-old, one of the most toxic agendas that have been pushed since the beginning of time. Yonkos versus Admirals has been around before the dinosaurs, before the prehistoric times, when the Lord was hovering over the barren earth and he saw nothing but waters and darkness. He saw an agenda that said Yonkos versus Admirals, because this will never end. I promise you, Yonkos versus Admirals is never going to end. And the latest update is that we've seen Green Bull. The silhouette is gone. We've finally seen him. He looks like a mixture between Senior Pink and Kizaru, which is interesting. I like the design. Some people think he looks stupid. I disagree, you know. And we see him stomping on the head of Queen. We see him sucking the life, literally, out of all of Kaido's retainers, and beast pirates, and King is suffering, and Queen is skinny because he got his life energy sucked out of him, and King is getting destroyed. And it just looks like they got off screen. And Green Bull's like, man, you guys are trash. How trash would I be to lose to some commanders, some Yonko commanders? And the big agenda, the reason why this is permeating so aggressively, because I don't think this is anything new, is because of one man. And it's because of one agenda. And I'm sorry, brother, we're going to have to do it today. Because Brother Cole knows I love him. I grew up under Brother Cole. Brother Cole to me is one of the Mount Rushmore One Piece YouTubers. That's how I see Brother Cole. So Brother Cole knows that. I came from the realm. I studied in BDA, and now I have my own family. I'm a new generation One Piece YouTuber. Y'all should know this already. But Cole, it's your time. I'm sorry. The reason this is an issue, the reason why we're talking about this today is because you, my nigga, said that it would take 3 admirals to beat a Yonko. 3 is wild. 2 is still slightly wild, but it depends on the Yonko. To me, Yonkos and Admirals, the gap isn't that large. I still would take a Yonko over an Admiral, but I don't think the gap is that large. I think one Yonko versus one Admiral is an extreme diff fight no matter what you do. That's my stance. I think the Yonkos, the advantage is with the Yonkos. Then again, you know, I can explain that, but I don't want to get too deep into it right now. Maybe I will later in the video, but not right now, because the point is the agenda that Mr. Cole, Mr. King of Lightning himself, has pushed, has caused the community to say, oh, look at this. Wow, Green Bull's folding Yonko commanders. Wow, look at it. We win. Big W. In my mind, to me, it's par of the course. Green Bull should be folding these niggas. Now, let's add a little caveat. And here's the caveat. This is what I don't like. These niggas are in bandages. No matter what you say to me, nobody is at full strength if they are covered in bandages. And I mean, King and Queen and all of those other beast pirates are riddled in bandages. I don't care if you say it's been 7 days. I don't care. None of that. Because Lord knows, when Zoro was getting folded by Arlong, and we saw all those bandages, Lord knows that happened how many days ago? Like 6-7 days ago. Zoro still hadn't healed then. But people would say Zoro was nerfed. If he wasn't nerfed, he would have beat Arlong because he had that scar. Interesting. All of a sudden, Zoro was nerfed. He lost to Kaido because he had broken bones. Interesting. Wow. Here's one thing that I have to say. I think they would have put up a better fight if they had not just gotten their ass whooped by Sanji and Zoro beforehand. They would not have won. There's no way. I think an Admiral should handily take care of some commanders. I think it should be mid to high diff tops. Top high diff. And that's a stretching. To me, it's a mid diff. With how I view the Admirals, at least. So at that point, I'm like, all right, well, let's not get too carried away here. Let's not get too carried away. Let's not act like, oh my God, the Admirals over Yonkos. Oh my God, the Admirals. You know what I'm saying? Let's not get too far. Remember what it took for Luffy to beat Kaido. Remember how many people in this world that fought Kaido and lost to him within arc? Do you know how many people lost? Luffy lost to Kaido 3 times in that entire arc. 3 different times. Then he got a mythological power-up. And then Kaido was still fighting back against this man until he had to beat him. With everything that he learned, Rio, Conqueror's Haki, Advanced Kaido, all of it, he put it all into one giant fist in God mode. And that's what sent Kaido down. And then Big Mom, I mean, look, it took Kid and Law spamming Awakening twice. They had to get a new power up. They had to put a hole in this. How many times did Kid internally damage Big Mom before it finally did something? Big Mom had been internally discombobulated and damaged over and over and over again while taking humps and leaps of metal and bulls and all kinds of nonsense just to take Big Mom down. It took 2 people with 3 billion berry bounties to take down 1 Yonko. And you expect me to believe because Queen and King were off-screened with bandages that Admirals are now over Yonko? Settle down. Settle. I need you to calm down. That's it. The only reason y'all riled up is because of Cole. I get it. But I need us to calm down. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Admirals are strong. They should be strong. Yes. Admirals rival Yonkos. Yes, I agree. The rivals to the Yonkos are the Admirals. That is something we can all agree on. But let's not get too far. Now that I've established this, then it's time to talk about the intricacies, because I also think people underestimate the Admirals pretty aggressively, right? And I will be fair to the Admiral side. I'll be very fair to you guys. Admirals are extremely impressive. Every introduction that we've seen from an Admiral has been wild. Aokiji is riding a bicycle on the sea. I want you to put this into context for a second. Just use your logical brain and imagine you chilling in an island. Chilling, you stranded. And the first thing you see is a curly-haired, Somali-looking nigga with shades on, 8'7", riding a bicycle on the Grand Line, not just any sea, the Grand Line with gigantic sea kings. That's wild. Or how about you're in Sabaody Island trying to go to the New World, seeing all these insane pirates, and then someone you see the Marine, oh my God, the Marines are here. Oh, wow, okay, we gotta sturdy up. We gotta sturdy up. And they shoot a cannonball, like, oh, cannons, I can cut these cannons. But on that cannonball, there is a tall, light-skinned nigga in a yellow suit with shades, standing on top of the cannonball, flying towards you. What is the first thing that comes to your mind? This nigga's out of his mind. Yo, that's the first thing. That's the first thing that comes to your mind. And then, Lord, God forbid, Akainu, he didn't really need no interruption. Bro is just shooting magma in the air. He's just a volcano. An angry nigga. He's angry no matter what you do. You think you put him down. He takes quakes from Whitebeard. He's fighting everyone. Everyone gets the smoke with Akainu. He chased Luffy. He killed Ace. He put a hole through Jinbei. He put a hole through Luffy. He put a hole through Whitebeard. Akainu was running through niggas in Marineford. It was toxic. It was toxic. If it wasn't for that Whitebeard heart attack, if it was not for that Whitebeard heart attack, the damage would have been, the damage would have been minimized for sure, because Whitebeard and him would have actually fought for a lot longer. You know, a lot of people say Akainu would have outlasted Whitebeard because he's older. Possibly, you know, who knows? That's the age-old debate. That's where it kind of starts. Yonkos versus Admiral kind of starts there. But for the most part, Akainu's introduction was crazy. So then when we see Green Bull, and we basically just see Hashirama in One Piece, absorbing people's life energy. Bro hasn't eaten in 3 years. He's flying to Wano with a daisy on his back, spinning. And the crazy part, he didn't even look saucy with it. He hunched over like this with a daisy coming out, and it's a helicopter. I'm like, who is this nigga? If imagine you on Wano, you looking out, everyone partying, drinking, you got a little Henny White in your hand, you're having a good time, and you look up and you see a nigga, an admiral, a nigga in a trench coat with a daisy on his back, hovering like this. The daisy's spinning, and you're just like, why? What's going on here? Who is that nigga? Why is he here? These admirals are outlandish for a purpose, because when you saw the Yonko introductions, you saw outlandish behavior. When we saw Whitebeard, bro was like 5,000 feet tall, had all these IVs, but my man is chugging barrels of Hennessy and wine, doesn't care. Shanks pulls up, he loses the arm, and then looks at the Sea King. Sea King's like, shit, bro, my bad, I didn't even know it was like that. I didn't even know that was your man's. Like, for real, I was just playing. For real, you see the Sea King? He's like, yo, I didn't even know that was your man's. Like, for real, I'm out. Like, y'all got it. You got it. Because I don't want to smoke with him. I don't. And then Big Mom, she out here having a whole Disney musical. Talking about death, destroying kingdoms, riddling countries, broken, impoverished because she just wants a wedding cake and a tea party. Toxic. Kaido jumps from a sky island because he's suicidal. Screams, I want to destroy the world, and then off screens 4 supernova. The point that I'm making here with these outlandish descriptions, because I don't think it's really processed, is set in our mind what we've been watching with these guys. The Yonkos and the Admirals are completely different. If you look at Yonko commanders, none of them get these crazy introductions. The only crazy introduction that we ever got from a Yonko commander was Katakuri killing a nigga with a jelly bean. That was toxic. But that's why I separate Katakuri from a lot of these first commanders. Bro looks into the future. He kills people with jelly beans. Son, Katakuri's the only one that's had an insane introduction as a first commander to my experience. You know, people can say Marco because he's a Phoenix. More textbook. Ooh, he's a cool Phoenix. Yeah, Marco, he can regenerate. Mythical Zoid. Yeah, Marco. Wow. Okay. King, I don't even remember King's introduction. Bro's wearing a, I don't know, dominatrix suit or whatever that's called. Whatever that's called. King wasn't interesting. He wasn't. He looked cool. The pterodactyl thing was cool. But for the most part, you were just like, all right. He kind of raw, I guess. He took his hat off. He kind of cool, I guess. The ladies liked him for a little bit. But for the most part, the introduction wasn't as flashy as the Admirals and the Yonkos. So the debate should always only be one Admiral, one Yonko, who wins. That's it. That's where we can get into the nitty gritty. We can get into the define. We can talk about matchups, all kind of different things. All I'm saying is it should always be one Yonko versus one Admiral who can win. And it depends on how crazy the Yonko is. I think Blackbeard is insane. So I think it would take 2 Admirals to beat Blackbeard. But we'll have to see more about that. That's the premise we're trying to make here. So the overarching point of this video is to let you guys know, settle down. Defeat was cool. It was great introduction, but this is part of course for an Admiral. And Yonkos versus Admirals, nothing has actually changed. I'm gonna be honest, nothing's really changed. Besides, it's always been one Yonko, one Admiral. That's how I see it. So let's debate now, because now we got all of our Admirals. We got all the Admirals on the plate. We got all the Yonkos on the plate, except for Blackbeard. We still need to see more of Blackbeard, but we know about him already. So we know everybody's on the plate, maybe Shanks. We still got to see some Shanks. Everything's on the plate. Now we discuss. Now we debate. Let me know what you think. Yonkos, Admirals. I'm out. Take care. Yo, everybody. Thanks for watching. Make sure to subscribe here to get the latest from the channel. Or also check out some other videos that might suit your specific tastes.